Today, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar will talk on the global operation and logistics practices problem facing developing country, a study in India. This research paper have been published in the Operations and Supply Chain Management, Volume 7, Number 3, 2014, page 130 to 138, ISSN 19793561 and ESIN 197181. Although global operation and logistics is widely discussed by the practitioner and academics, and the widespread international recognition of the global operation and logistics practices and problem, little is known in the literature concerning the global operation and logistics problem facing the developing country. This study aims to identify the key problems affecting the global sourcing process in the global supply chain with reference to the transport sector in India. We used a case-based research approach by conducting in-depth interview with senior procurement and supply managers. Secondary data were collected from the company's website and annual reports. Also, direct observations on the company's operation helped to make the study empirically grounded. We used cross-case analysis to analyze the data. The findings reveal that the local and component of the global operation and logistics in India faces many problems compared to that of the developing country. For example, key problems facing India are the use of the outdated technology in the domestic market, lack of the trust, documentation problem, procurement of the counterfeit products, i.e. spare parts, and lack of the integrated computerized system to link with the overseas suppliers in the global supply chain, and so on. The insights on the problems and practices provide the valuable information to researchers and practitioners on the challenges and opportunity in the global operations and logistics sourcing process in the developing country. We provide recommendation to solve some of the global operations and logistics problems. Keywords are the global operation and logistics, public transport, developing country, India. Global operation and logistic management has tremendously gained importance since the past decade due to the global competitive business environments. Christopher Rittiel, 2006, stressed on the need of the supply chain design for the global operation, and they argued that the choice of the supply chain. Strategy impacts competitive performance. The industrialization or globalization of the supply chain has increased foreign competition in the country's local market. For this region, companies must quick and wise decision at the strategic and the operation level regarding the procurement of the goods and services globally in order to minimize the extent of procurement risk or the problem. Procurement firms establish relationship network with their key suppliers when they perceive supply risk. Their study on the supply risk management via the relational approach in the Chinese business context revealed that the improved communication and supplier trust are positively related to the supplier performance, and emphasized that in order to mitigate quality risk, supply chain members are coordinated by sharing their information. This result supports Benwang and Condes on integration of the global supply chain. All decisions on the global operation and logistics must be linked with the company's corporate strategy in order for the company to perform well in the global business competitive environment. Key decision area in the global operation and logistics are determining the sources of the product and services, location of the supplier, transportation modes, distribution channels, finance, and a skilled person to manage the supply chain can affect the global purchasing and procurement. It requires effective and efficient management, planning, control, and coordination of all activity in supply chain to purchase sufficient goods from the source, e.g. overseas to the local final consumer or user in the organization. Narasimhan Das stressed the need for purchasing integration. However, Wood et al., McCarthy are argue that it is more difficult to manage global supply chain can affect the global purchasing and procurement. It requires effective, efficient management, planning and control, coordination of all activity in the supply chain to purchase efficient goods from the services as overseas to the local consumer or user in the organization. Narasimhan Das stressed the need for the purchasing integration. However, would ETL, McCarthy, or argue that it is more difficult to manage global supply chain than the domestic supply chain. Dornier et revealed that the global supply chain carry risks such as variability and uncertainty in currency exchange rate, economic and political instability, and changes in the regulatory environment that influence the performance. The organization must perform global operation and logistic activities when needed at the right time, not earlier or later in the global supply chain. Prasad et and the Prater et emphasize on the quick response to changes in the global environment, but Kolsila et argue that the increased distances between the sources of supply and final markets add uncertainty to supply continuity due to the longer and variable lead times. Companies must examine critically the value-added activity by the global operation and logistics and their impact on companies' performance. The global sourcing process, if not handled properly, can hinder the performance of the company. A recent study on the risk mitigation in the supply chain of the mangosteen fruit in the Indonesia, conducted by the STETL, identified business relationship between partners and return on investment uncertainty as key risk of the chain to achieve its goal. Although the problems and the risk of the global supply chain or global sourcing process are well documented in the literature for developed country, literature is known regarding the problems of the global operation and logistic practices in the transport sector of the developing country. The objective of this paper is to examine the existing global operation and logistic problem facing developing country with reference to India. This paper focuses on the public transport sector, which has received the lead attention in the previous studies in reference to the developing country such as India, and highlights the responses from the procurement and supply officer and chief supply manager of the two leading transport company labeled X and Y in India. It is based on the experience of the senior supply manager with global operation and logistics knowledge skills. The paper discusses the following operations and logistic network in the public transport sector in India: literature review, research methodology, results and discussion, conclusions and recommendation, and limitation and the future research. Most countries in the developing countries like India benefit in engaging in the global operations and logistics by purchasing goods and services globally or internationally in order to meet the customer requirement at the lower cost. However, global operation and logistics and component in the developing country like India faces many problems at a company level, as a government level, due to the regulation. Global supply chain network in public sector in India. The problems in the implementation of the global operation and logistics sourcing process affect the Indian public transport company performance. The result of this study lead to a clear understanding of the nature of the problem and practices in the end of the component of the global operation and logistics in India. Figure 1 shows that the current global operation and logistic network in the public transport sector in India. Goods move from various global suppliers to the Indian port of the entry, harbor or the airport, bonded warehouse, customs department, local transport company, tier 1 customers, and the final tier 2 customers, passengers, user. There is a physical movement of the goods and provision of services from the supplier to the customers, passengers, users, and the flow of information and cash payment from the customer to the global international suppliers. Member of the global operation and logistic must add value in the supply chain process in order to improve the company performance. This figure shows the global operation and logistic networks from the global suppliers to customer in the Indian public transport sector. Supply of the goods and services, various suppliers, shipping company, port of entry, harbor and airport, local transport company, tier 1 customer, bonded warehouse, customs department, customers tier 2, passengers and users. Literature review supply chain. The competition of the global market has forced companies to focus on supply chain where the inter-network competition is based. Manager Retail defines supply chain as a set of companies involved in the upstream and downstream flow of the products and services, finances and information from a source to the customer. Supply chain is a complex network of organization covering both on the upstream side, including tiers of the suppliers, and on the downstream side, including a network of customer company, retailer, and the financial consumers. D'Souza et al. Darsin claims that the supply chain is the mother of all the process because of the nature of its size, scope, and complexity. Nearly all the processes in the supply chain are not under control. In addition, Missingria emphasized that the purchasing and supply chain functions is a strategic and supply chain executive need training in the supply chain management processes. Tracy and Smith also stress the need for the trainers to assist in the development of the individuals in the area of the supply chain management. The findings from the study by the Govan 3 and the Talon propose that an interactive role of the managerial and employment support to enhance the effectiveness of the employee. Support to training to mitigate the adverse effect of the implementation barrier on the success of the supply chain practices. In order for an organization business to be successful in the competitive environment, there is need to integrate an organization's network of a commercial relationship. Competition is no longer among the separate business, but among the group of the firm. They link together in a chain for the delivering the customer value. Global operations and the logistics. Global operations and logistics management has been gaining importance for nearly 2 decades. The increase in the global business competition has forced the companies to re-examine their global operations and logistic management processes for moving goods and provision of service globally in order to remain competitive. Although global sourcing logistics management literature is growing, the issue of the global international supply problems in the developing country has received little attention. Much of the discussion has concentrated on the global operation and logistic practices in the developing country, and less emphasis on the problems of facing suppliers or buyers in the supplier network from the developing country. Companies in the developing country put more emphasis on the supply chain performance with their competitors. Global supplier need to know their customers' demand. According to the Bowersox, demand integration require the companies to develop a set of the profound long-term agreements to improve relationship with selected customers and suppliers. The idea of integration is supported by the many authors: Narasimham Gamdas, Misingara, 2010, Childerhouse and Towell, 2011. But there are few global international supply chain practices which have been investigated. Baufield, 2010, Roverston, 2010, Rienstra, 2004, Vasti et al., 2006, Taps and Stiger Jansen, 2007, Barnes and Mori, 2008, and Kruger, 2008. A recent study conducted by the Guladi et al. Confirms that supply chain management and global sourcing have impact on the sustainability performance of the company. The literature covers less information on the global international supply chain in the transport sector. David 1905 have defined an international supply chain as a complex dynamic system in which disruption interact with the long shipping and lead times to generate cost. Furthermore, David conducted a study on the international sourcing and supply chain stability and found that the demand-related disruptions cause significant and unexpected costs in terms of the expedited shipping, high inventory, and lower demand fulfillment. Also, Brow and Forward research on the international purchasing benefits, requirement, and challenges revealed that the key challenges to international sourcing include technical issues like logistic challenges to cope with the long supply chain, The search for the qualified supplier, culture and language differences, duty and custom regulation. Missinga found similar challenges in their study on the international supply chain practices in India, a developing country. Klassen and Wybeck study on the barriers to the management of the international operation identified top 4 barriers: complexity of the global logistics, the management of the network foreign plants, and concern about the culture. Language differences. They stated that the key barriers are the composed of the managerial concerns and technical issues. Their findings are similar to prior research. Brio and Facet in addition, Facet et al. Found all managers recognize technology, information and management system as major barrier to successful supply chain collaboration. The people issues such as a culture, trust, aversion of the change and willingness to collaborate are more intractable. Ms. Geria and Venkataraman studies support the finding of the Facet et al. Also, the importance of the sharing information in the supply chain has addressed by many authors, including Jalni et al., Ostra et al., and Missingra and Venkataraman 2014. Morris and Clinton found that international trade, sourcing, and global transportation pipelines need knowledge of the country's supply chain networks in order to establish seamless and efficient transportation and logistics performance. Their study results confirm that the different countries employ different existing transportation and logistics structural methods to achieve supply chain integration. Furthermore, Morris and Clinton stated that the structural integration of supply chain, such as the operational coordination and information sharing, can reduce transportation time and thus total supply chain cost. And they emphasize that just-in-time delivery is important. However, Missingaria 1993 study on using the JIT in developing country revealed that there are many problems which affect the use of the JIT, just such as international delivery delays, inadequate transportation infrastructure, unreliable product forecast, and financial constraint. Ackerman et al. 99 proposed that it is possible to implement effective international supply chain management strategy by promoting cross-functional carriers by actively responding to customer demands, and the idea is supported by the Oliva and Watson. In addition, Prasad et al. Argue that supply chain learn and adapt to the dynamic global environment. Prater et al. 2001 support the findings of the Prasad et al. And conclude that to be reliable in a certain and changing environment, firms must be able to quickly respond to changes. Furthermore, Sony and Conley 2001 emphasized on the strategic fit between the competitive strategy and the supply chain strategy. So et al. Warn about the international supply chain security and stress that security issues need to be solved before the international supply chain becomes a fully collaborative system. Furthermore, Facet et al. 2000 state that the people are the key bridge to the successful collaborative innovation in the supply chain enablers such as a technology, information, and measurement system. In this regard, Kurger 2000 research addresses ethical issues surrounding global supply chains of the multinational company in the developing country with reference to China, and points out that the global firms face severe constraints in their full capacity to enhance the dignity and character of the workplace condition in the China. Kurger 2000. In addition, Ross and Merluvian argued that the value systems of the developed country are forwarded towards developing country. Overall, the literature finding show that the company participating in the global international supply chain are facing different problems. Many researchers, e.g. Christopher et al., Blom and Somin et al., Sodhi et al. Have concentrated on supply chain risk management for different sectors, but less information on the transport sector. The study conducted by the Christopher et al. On approaches to the managing global sourcing risk revealed that many companies don't have a structured supply risk management and mitigation system and rely on the informational approach to cope with the risk. They grouped risk into 4 categories: supply risk, process and control risk, environmental and sustainability risk, and demand risk. The problems of the global operation and logistics facing the developing country are less integrated compared to the of the developed country. Let me now regarding the problems affecting global sourcing process in the transport sector in developing countries with reference to India and similar developing country. The research question for this study is what are the key problems of the global operation logistics facing India and how to solve them. The research methodology adopted. The objective of this study is to explore the global operation and logistic problem and risk facing the developing country with reference to the transport sector in India. Since the study is exploratory, we used a qualitative data collection method using a case study research approach, which is superior to the exploratory and the imperative research approach in 2003 and the Eisenhart 1991. We interviewed senior supply chain managers in the field and obtained additional information from secondary data source, the company website, and annual reports. A case study approach helped us to understand social phenomena on the transport sector cases using multiple sources of evidence in 2003. In 2003 states that the case study approach is a good strategy when how or why questions are being asked. The investigator has lit control over events and the focus is on contemporary phenomena. In this case, global operation and logistics practices and problem within the real life context. The case study shows why two large transport public companies, one company covers a distance of the 1860 kilometers and the another one covers a distance of 2600 kilometers one-way trip, have different experiences regarding the global operation and logistics operation. See table 1. The data collection was based on the process proposed by the Eisenhart and the Miles and Humberman. The case is defined by the Miles and Humberman as a phenomena of the some sort occurring in a bounded context. The case is in effect your units of the analysis. Our study has concerned with the perception of the supply chain managers' experience on the practices and problem and how they can solve the existing global operation and the logistics problem. We use the definition on context to set the boundaries of a case study. Sample selection. We use the purposeful sample for this research. Mileage and Hertzman 1994. We invited 5 senior procurement and supply managers from the 5 leading transport company in India to participate in this study. Only 2 major senior procurement and supply managers from 2 leading companies accepted to participate in this exploratory study. Aim to gain an understanding of the current global operation and logistic process. The transport company selected for LIC are the largest transport company in India, operating effectively and efficiently as part of the global supply chain. The common factor was that both senior manager and engaged in the global operation and logistics process for the many years. Although transport company underlie have been trying to operate effectively and efficiently, they are struggling to survive in the competitive global supply chain. Data collection. We used a triangulation multiple data source of the evidence as a strategy to enhance data credibility. In 2003, the primary data were collected using in-depth structured interviews. We used a semi-structured interview questionnaire. The development of the interview questionnaire based on the initial interview with the 3 senior supply managers from 3 transportation companies. 3 managers engaged in the global sourcing process reviewed the questionnaire and pre-tested it. Semi-structured interview questionnaire were mailed to 2 participating senior procurement and supply manager before the interview, and this shortened the time to respond to the questionnaire during the interview. It was easy for the respondent to follow the questionnaire during the interview. In order to limit the biases from the single key respondent, we also interviewed 2 major procurement and supply officers from the same company which participated in the study to get more insights on the nature of the global operation and the logistic practices and the problem. And we obtained similar results. Other data sources used in this study were documentation, direct observation, and participant observation to improve construct validity and reliability of the study using multiple sources of the evidence. As suggested by the in 2003, multiple respondent Davis and the Orjo 2007, and using many highly acknowledgeable informants can limit interview bias. Eisenhart and the Gerber 2007, Beverland and Lindergreen 2010, in order to conduct a case study in an effective way and enhance the validity and the reliability, we followed the case study research process recommended by the Canahan. Data analysis, we analyzed two large transport company to determine the key issue, Eisenhart 99, and used the cross case analysis technique in 2002 to analyze the data where the measurements of the interest in one company were tested in the other company. The technique for analysis in this study were matching cross case synthesis and multiple data source for the two major transport company concerning their experiences in the global operation and logistics practices and the risk. Data reduction was done using the categories of the problem, and agreed data helped to understand the overall case, and no data analysis software was used due to the small sample. Results and discussion. The objective of this study was to study global operation and logistics practices and problems facing the developing country with reference to India. Respondents were asked to provide information based on their experience with the global operation and logistic practices and problem. The analysis was based on the pattern making and comparison of interview and secondary data source. The result indicated in the table 1 show the key common global operation and logistics problem reported by the two senior procurement and the supply manager. Use of the outdated technology in the domestic market. Number 2, lack of the trust. Number 3, documentation problem. Number 4, lack of the integrated compliance system to link with the suppliers. And 5, non-existence of the original supplier, procurement of the counterfeit products, spare parts. Number 7, currency for the payments and fluctuation of the value, cultural differences. Number 9, specification requirement. Number 10, difficulty to assess suppliers. Number 11, procurement function not normally involved in the some procurement process. Unacceptable international commerce terms, intercoms, incoterms used by the suppliers. In addition, during the interview, senior procurement and suppliers managers suggested that the existing problems must be solved first through collaboration between the local suppliers and overseas seller suppliers. Before attaining an effective global operation and logistic in a competitive global business environment, this study reveals that how both the large transport company operate in the same domestic business environment, some of the problems are unique to each company. See table 1, such as a problem numbers 5, 7, 8, 9 due to the nature of the business. The problems identified in this study support the finding revealed in the literature. Biru and Fawcett 93, Klassen and Weiberg 94, and Fawcett et al. 2000, Kolchi et al. 2000, Cheng et al. 2012, Ostu et al. 2013. Though the respondent did not cite training in global operation and logistics management as a problem during the interview, one respondent stated after the interview that the problem of the top management not involving procurement and supply personnel when buying capital goods is a clear picture of the level of training and lack of the recognition of procurement at the strategic level of the organization. This shows that there is a need to train top management in the supply chain. As suggested by the Missingiria, he identified a similar problem in a study on the role of the senior and middle management in the developing country, which revealed that the middle managers have more practical vision for future than the top senior managers. Missinga 94. Key global operation logistics problem facing the Indian transport sector. Problem is the use of the outdated technology in the domestic market. Company X, Company Y, yes. Lack of trust, sometimes supply failed to meet the agreed delivery time. Yes, yes. Documentation failure or delay of the supplier to submit the documents required for cleaning goods, entry request of the information form. Yes, yes. Lack of the integrated computerized system to link the suppliers. Yes, yes. Some of the original manufacturer of the ports no longer exist. Importers are faced to make a special order for the spare parts. Doesn't answer. Yes. Procurement of the counterfeit products, spare parts. Yes and yes. Quality assurance determines the nature of the supply chain. It can expensive. Cannot answer. Yes. Manufacturer supplier don't accept the small orders. Yes. Cannot reply. Price increases before opening a letter of credit in favor of the supplier. Don't answer. Yes. Lack of the reliable internet services especially needed. Yes. Yes. Currency requirement for making payment to the supplier. Yes and yes. Suppliers sometimes select expensive method of the transport. Don't answer. Yes. Suppliers culture is imposed on local transport operation. Yes, yes. Overseas supply require expensive specification and drawing of the product. Yes and yes. Difficult to obtain information on the reliability of the overseas supplier. Difficult to assess overseas supplier. Yes and yes. Procurement function sometimes is not involved in making procurement decision. Yes and yes. International commerce term intercoms use. Supplier offers cost, insurance and freight delivery terms, but the country's import policy requires the use of the cost and period. Yes and yes. Conclusion and recommendation. The purpose of this study was to explore global operation logistic practices and problem facing developing country with respect to the public transport sector in India. The global operation and logistics of the goods, spare part, vehicle, engine, etc. from overseas supplier to the local public transport company, buyers or the customers have now been working effectively and efficiently in the local market, local part of the global supply chain to meet the requirements of the customer. If low performance services levels outline continue at the same time, the government may decide to privatize the company or enter into a partnership with the private sector in order to alleviate some of the operational problems. Although both companies understandably gained some benefits from participation in the global supply chain, our findings indicate that all the respondents from the company agree on the nature of the critical problems they are experiencing in the domestic part of the global supply chain. These problems must be solved first before the domestic part of the supply chain can be efficient and meet the customer's demand at the right time with the right quality of the transport service at minimum cost. Efficient domestic supply chain will increase productivity and improve service levels to the customer. In order for the global operation and logistics to work efficiently and effectively and add value, there is a need for management to elaborate some of the procurement, sourcing and supply chain problems identified by the procurement and the supply manager. In addition, the government can improve the operation on the transport network in the country. Proactive and the vision managers, missing ground 94, who can build relationship are needed to make the global operation and logistic work efficiently and effectively in the domestic market. Although India has a structured procedure for importing goods from the overseas, the global operation and logistic faces many problems which need to be solved before the global operation and logistic network can work well in India and other similar developing country. Support from the top management of the transport company and the government and well-trained supply chain management personnel to manage the domestic part of the global supply chain can enhance the importance of the global operation and logistics management in the public transport sector. The need for the trained personnel in the supply chain management supports the finding of the Terzi and Southern Dominic 2001, Missy Magaria and 2003, Govan 3 and Talon 2003. The responses in this study indicate that there are many global operation logistic management problems from the overseas supplier to the local transport company in the domestic market. Some of the problems are related to the use of the outdated technology in the domestic market, lack of trust, documentation problem, quality assurance procurement of the counterfeit products, quantity demanded, price setup, information system, lack of the integrated compliance system to link with the supplier, lack of the reliable international communication, payment methods, currency, intercoms, Incoterms preferred by the suppliers, specification requirement for products, cleaning procedures of imports, failure to meet delivery time, and value-added tax imposed on the imported goods. In some cases, the procurement function is not involved in the global operation and logistic decision, especially when buying capital goods. Our finding contribute to the literature by addressing the global operation and logistic management problem facing the transport sector in the developing country. The findings are the additional to the global operation and logistics problem addressed by the other authors, Donier, ETL 98, Manoj Menjar 2008, Berry 2004, Kolsia ETL, Cheng ETL 2000, Ostu ETL 2013. Also, the study was managerial implication for the practitioner. The study results can assist practitioners to understand key global operation and logistic problem facing the transport sector in the developing country. Though the study is based on the Indian experience, it reflects similar problems existing in the other developing country as mentioned in the previous study. The recommendation will assist the practitioner to solve some of the global operation and logistic problems using the multidisciplinary approach suggested by the Christopher Etiel. Personnel involved in the global operation and logistics activity need training in the global operation and logistic management in order to manage effectively and efficiently the supply chain, and at the same time minimize the operational cost in order to improve the economic growth. There is a need to upgrade the transport sector. Using an effective and efficient transport system, India and other developing countries can achieve expected national development, which can add value to the end of the global operation and logistics in the domestic market. It is not possible for customer to receive goods, services at the right time if the transport system is ineffective. The government should continue to engage the private sector in the development of the transport infrastructure in order to increase productivity. There is a need to create a more competitive and attractive business environment in India. Regarding commercial relationship with overseas supplier, transport companies in India should negotiate in advance and contractual business terms. There is a need for the both overseas suppliers and customers importers to clarify the understand cultural differences in conducting international global business in order to improve service level and productivity. Suppliers and customer can both benefit in the global operation and logistics by the establishing a fair long-term commercial relationship. Companies in the developing country need to integrate their operations, especially the sourcing process, into the global supply chain, and collaboration is the best way to reduce the obstacles for the effective international global supply chain. Furthermore, there is need to improve coordination and trust building between the partners in the supply chain. Limitations and the future research. This paper has provided the results of an initial exploratory study on the global operation and logistic practices in the transport sector and insight for further research in India and other similar developing countries. The major limitation of this paper is that the data which were collected from a sample to large transport company have low validity and we cannot generalize our finding. The results must be interpreted with caution. Although this study is grounded in empirical observation and in-depth study of the global supply chain in the public and private sectors required to determine hard evidence of the level of the global operation and logistic practices and performance in the transport sector using a large sample. A similar study can be replicated in other sectors of the company where global operation and logistics play as a major role. Also, further study can be conducted on the global sourcing process problems and their impact on the global effective operation and logistic relationship and the performance. A future large-scale case-based research using multi-sector supported by a survey of the large sample of the public and private transport company may provide different valid results and establish a general understanding of the future of the domestic part of the global supply chain. Further research to determine critical problems of the global operation and logistics through optimizing facing other sectors industry apart from the transport in developing country is required using a large sample. Also, there is a need to determine how global suppliers can help developing countries to improve global operation and logistic risk management practices. Furthermore, a research on the extent of the supplier or customer development in the global operation logistic will add value in the literature. The references are given here. References for the paper is the given here. Many references are given here.